So, yes, you get a double treat today. It is still Christmas of 2021. But now this is an update on what I'm doing with my weight. So, first off, I hope that you all had enjoyed the little exploration of Dewey Lake. I really wanted to show you the trails as well, but you can only film so much, right? So, and usually when I would do any park reviews, I would go straight for the trails and talk just a little bit about what else is in the park. But this time, no. I've only hiked a little bit on one of those trails, and it was beautiful scenery, but I might do the trails some other time. Anyway, now to tell you about how I'm doing with my weight. Okay, so the last time that I shared with you anything about what was going on, if I remember right, was like December 6th or something like that. A little over a week ago, just a little over. And I told you I didn't know what I was going to be doing to lose the weight because it seemed like I just was more or less standing still. I'd shared how that I'd had success with intermittent fasting, how I'd had success with the weigh down, how I'd even had success with OMAD. So my son had decided to pick up intermittent fasting, and I had remembered how good it felt for me when I was intermittent fasting, because intermittent fasting causes you to use your stored fat for energy. Well, everybody knows, at least who's been watching, I've got a lot of fat that needs to be burned. So, and I also looked up what was the best way to lose weight with hypothyroidism and anemia at around the age of 50. Well, of course, it didn't include the age of 50, so I had to look that up separate. But it did talk about hypothyroid and anemia. Now, it had kind of given some bad side effects for hypothyroidism, but I am finding that any time that I've ever done intermittent fasting, I have had a higher success rate of losing weight. So I decided to once again exercise it. And I started on the 7th of December because I wrote it down in my journal. And like yesterday, I finally weighed myself. Now when I weighed myself, I had weighed myself, I think, on the 6th. And on the 7th, I wrote that I was going to be doing intermittent fasting and that I weighed around 227. I think I was closer to like 228 or something like that, somewhere around there. Anyway, so I'd written down 227. And as of yesterday, a complete week later, I weighed in at 222 even. So I was very tickled to see that. That was like around a 5-pound loss in a week. And yes, some of it would have been water retention, but the fact remains it's still a loss. And so this morning I weighed myself and I came in at 221.8. So that was another 2 ounces down. Now I'm pushing to go 15 hours, but I've been managing anywhere from 17 to 19 hours. And during the fasting period is I'm trying to stay busy. One, so I don't notice that I may or may not be hungry. Two, so I'm forcing myself to burn the stored fat for energy. Last year I had shared a video where we had gone and dug herbs. It was ginseng and yellow root. And so like herbing, digging roots, is really good exercise, but because you have to climb mountains, you have to go down slopes, you have to go up slopes. You have to carry weight, which was another thing that was mentioned that's good for hypothyroidism, strength training. So you also have to lift weight when you're digging because those roots start to weigh. And right now, currently, we are digging wild yam and black cohosh. And so, it gets heavy. Those roots are large and they weigh. They really weigh. And so on top of going up and down slopes, carrying the rate that you have dug, you're also literally having to dig, and some of those roots are pretty deep, and so you're really having to heft your mattock to uproot those roots so you could get them out of the earth. So yeah, there's some pretty good exercise in digging roots. Strength training and cardio. Can't beat that. And I have done that a couple times in the intermittent fasting. And when I'm not intermittent fasting, I'm doing household work. Laundry, dishes, so. And there are some days that, like, I may not do so much, and I just go on ahead and kind of sit around and just watch a little bit of TV with hubby. And I'm still fasting because I push myself to go an extra hour when I know I could eat something, and I push for that another hour. And on top of that, I have noticed it has made a large difference in my appetite and how much I want to eat. I'm getting full faster, which means my indoor dogs are having a treat. I always end up having to give a little bit of leftover to one or both dogs. We've got 2 indoors. And I'm only managing to eat 2 to even 1 meal. So some days I do 2 mad, other days I do 1 mad. But as it happens, either way it goes, I'm not eating as much. It has literally changed my appetite. I will take that. I will absolutely take that because there's no need for me to have a bad habit of eating. There's no need for me to be addicted to food when the body doesn't take that much energy anyway. Or as Gwen Shamlin would say in her book, off the hips. Plenty to eat off the hips. So, that's how it's going with me for now. I'm going to see about giving you an update next week and let you know if I'm finally on the second line of my weight loss board, because right now I've only got the first row erased. I've got to start erasing on that second row. I've got to start taking that out. So yeah. Anyway, guys, today hasn't been much of a Christmas because there wasn't any snow. It wasn't cold out. It really didn't seem like Christmas. But happy birthday, Jesus. And that's the true meaning of Christmas. And that's Jesus Christ and his birth. So that's all that matters. Anyway, guys, you all are awesome and terrific. And I am so glad that you are a part of my YouTube family and friends. That I just appreciate you. I really and truly do. And I'm so sorry that I don't put the videos out like I was. But I'm trying to think of more material besides just sharing with you how much I weigh, because I know that's monotonous. So I'm working on it. Anyway, As I said, you all are awesome and terrific. If you're new to my channel, thank you and welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. If this is your first time viewing, please like, subscribe, and share. I would love to see you join my YouTube family and friends. As I said, you all are awesome and terrific. I'll see you on the next video, and you all have a great day.